All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP family. Thank you for all your support. I know I sound like a broken record, but it really means a lot to me, the fact that you guys take your time to come watch the videos and of course leave positive, feedback. It's just been absolutely overwhelming to see. So thank you once again. Obviously continue supporting and you will see a continuation of these updates. But as we are going into Tuesday morning, we are seeing a continuation of this red that we did see Monday, pretty much, continuing. So what we saw happen on Monday was something quite interesting. And if you did watch my last update, I'm sure you guys know what happened. But if not, I'll kind of highlight a little briefly as to what happened. So we saw a major fake out. Started off on a really positive note, but saw a complete shakeout, which of course has impacted the crypto markets. But looking at the price of XRP, as I said, going into Tuesday morning, still remaining above $1.40, which is really nice to see. $1.42 to be exact, down 4.7% in USD, up 0.5% in Bitcoin comparative. Market cap at about $81 billion in the 24-hour trading volume at 11.6 billion. But before we get into it any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So we're going to come back to the price, but let's kind of go over how the day really looked like. So I'm sure you guys know about this. First and foremost, Wisdom Tree, $100 billion asset manager registers in Delaware for a spot XRP ETF. And that really got a lot of people buzzing. A lot of people are excited about this. And, but are we really shocked about that? Let's really kind of have a discussion about that. If you do watch my updates on a day-to-day basis, this is something I've been discussing. And I think the year of 2025, we're going to see a multiple different assets in the crypto space that are going to get that ETF. And now you're going to see the likes of BlackRock. I would not be surprised. All these big asset managers are going to be coming for, these big projects because there is demand for them. And of course, that reset. Remember that reset that's taking place early next year for the entire SEC? That is going to be amazing, and it's going to actually be a huge catalyst for a potential major ETF approval for multiple different assets. So again, once a BlackRock announcement itself comes, imagine the day BlackRock obviously registering for a spot ETF. Imagine what that is going to do to the price. Just the announcement itself. We're not even talking about the ETF being approved. There we go. And I think that's coming, and it's coming sooner rather than a lot of people think. And, that's basing it off of, what we have seen in the past with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think we're going to see that happen with XRP as well. But this is quite interesting to see, and I kind of want to share this with you guys. But before we do that, let's kind of take a look at the big money flowing in. So ETF flows around 4,440 Bitcoin were sold, and 862 Ethereum were bought. Quite interesting, and of course, kind of has a correlation with the price that we're currently seeing. So Ethereum is actually getting a lot of net inflows because Ethereum hasn't seen an all-time high yet. Usually when Ethereum, again, I'm kind of going historically speaking. Historically speaking, when Ethereum used to hit an all-time high, that triggered that altcoin rally. But this time around, I think the landscape has changed. We have already seen the likes of some of these other layer ones, utility products popping off. To some levels that not anyone expected. So I think, the landscape is definitely shifting, but I think in terms of an investing standpoint as well, Ethereum not being able to hit an all-time high has a lot of people talking. But anyhow, let's move forward. So you can see Canadian wellness firm approves plan to add $1 million of Bitcoin to Treasury. Jiva Technological CEO Lauren Capin said the move to add Bitcoin to the Treasury is a unique opportunity to strengthen our Treasury with a resilient and innovative investment. And you're seeing a wide variety of this happening across the board. And again, it doesn't really surprise me, but let's kind of go over what Ron says. So, this week in Congress and crypto, crazy times in Republican political and crypto, with everyone asking what's next for crypto in 2025. While the landscape is fluid, a lot of developments these past 2 weeks are telling what to expect from DC. Here's the latest we're seeing. So as a reminder, everything in DC resets in late January. Confirmations, committees, and reintroducing bills. RS also faces a looming budget fight, likely to consume the early months of their work. So anything short term will likely be executive order or from agencies. So pretty much saying if you're expecting like overnight changes at the beginning of 2025, that's not going to happen. It takes time. And even in the last 2.5 weeks, we've seen major developments coming out. Not Brad Grillinghouse, Gary Gensler, resigning as well, which was what a lot of people wanted, and that actually has happened. So I think the landscape is looking great. But yeah, kind of let's go over what Ron says. RS know they must act fast as full control of Congress and the admin is rare and often fleeting, usually 2 years. Party and finding could slow voting on bills and nominations. They have been planning for this sweep scenario for months, but politics can always get in their way. Early crypto-related nominations look positive and so far short on the controversy. Still waiting for the SEC and the CFTC. Trump circles have also been floating potential noms, privately for months to gauge industry reactions, inputs, so largely understood most would be positive. So you can kind of get a little bit of grasp as to what's happening. So 2025, I think, is going to be great, but if you're anticipating, as soon as 2025 starts, you hear positive news after positive news, that is not going to be the case. And as I've stated to you guys before, I think early next year we do see a market flush. And I think that is going to happen, and I'm very confident about that, even though Trump is the president, and we're seeing obviously the entire landscape of the industry changing. But that does not mean you're not going to see a shakeout. That does not mean you're not going to see people locking in profits. And this is why you want to have an exit strategy. If you don't have an exit strategy, you will most likely get left behind. Moving forward, Monica Long obviously, kind of comments on that Archax announcement that came out, the partnership from Ripple. So live on XRP Ledger, access to Arbitrum Place $3.8 billion liquidity fund tokenized through Archax X. An incredible milestone for XRPL, with Ripple custody securing Archax assets underneath, cross collaboration at its finest. And this is just the start, in my opinion. We're going to see bigger asset managers taking a look at the XRPL ledger, potential, and possibly tokenizing their assets on the ledger itself. So again, really exciting stuff. And this is another speculation that obviously continues to happen and take place within the crypto industry, especially the XRP community. But, this has a lot of people talking. Donald Trump, reportedly considering Ripple CEO Brad Grillinghouse for crypto czar role. And if you don't know what crypto czar role is, let's kind of take a look at that. So the crypto czar position, according to Bloomberg, will be the first crypto-specific role in the White House. Now let that sink in. Will be the first crypto-specific role in the White House. This new role might report directly to the President Trump and could serve as a policy orchestrator across federal agency. This would be huge if that happened. But that makes you wonder, if that were to happen, would Brad Grillinghouse need to step down? Obviously, that's something I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys are probably wondering why he would need to step down as a Ripple CEO, because of course, conflict of interest. So let me know in the comments what you could think about that. But let's take a look at the price. So, Bitcoin dominance has seen some quite interesting 24 hours. We saw actually a wick all the way up to the 59.17%, but it's making its way back down to 58.69%. If you're looking at BTC, on the other hand, right now, Bitcoin has done something very, very interesting indeed. So originally, and I did mention this in my other update, but I'll kind of give you guys a little bit better visual. So obviously, we did see some analysts, calling out this barred pattern formation on the hourly time frame, and that is usually a bearish signal. And guess what? The price of Bitcoin started coming down. And guess what this probably did? People started thinking, okay, this is the barred pattern, and they started shorting. Guess what? Remember, whales came and pushed the price of Bitcoin to the likes of almost $99,000. And then right after that, imagine people are like, hold on, the price of Bitcoin's picking up, and you start longing, and there we go. That, initial drop that was actually going to happen did end up happening. And honestly, I did mention in my other updates, Bitcoin could drop to the likes of $90,000 and I would still be bullish. This is part of the game. This is needed before we continue towards the upside. And you could clearly see this for yourself. We saw Bitcoin going up to $95,000 and yet again, it's making its way down to that 92,800. And again, if we lose this support, which was our all-time high on November 13th, 90K Bitcoin is not going to be a surprise factor. So this is why we focus on Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis. And yet again, you're looking at the dominance not budging. Really, really good thing for the altcoin holders. But this can change. This can change in a snap. So we need to be prepared for that. But if you're looking at XRP right now, of course, XRP is going to react. It's not going to be an exception, but it's still remaining in the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. I've seen several people in the comments stating that, the price of XRP is showing boring price momentum. But are you just going to completely ignore what has happened over the course of the last 24 hours? The broader market is down. Bitcoin is down. You need to understand how this market cycle works. Nothing is going to go up straight forever. Market makers exist for a reason. Futures platform, exists for a reason, and this is part of the game, and it is very normal. And despite that fact, XRP is still holding really, really good, sitting at $1.39. Of course, we do have some support around this range, obviously dating back to not just last cycle, but obviously the 2018 cycle as well. But yeah, if you're looking at it on the hourly time frame to really show you guys the visuals, obviously earlier yesterday morning we did go down to the $1.25, bounce back up, but so far so good. If we lose this support, actually we could make our way down to the $1.26 yet again. So it would not be a major surprise. If you want to put this into perspective, that would be a 9.60% drop from the current price levels, and that could still end up happening. So we're going to keep you guys covered, of course, but as of now, we need to understand how good the price of XRP is holding. Obviously, this retracement that we're seeing is in correlation to Bitcoin's move right now, and pay very close attention to Bitcoin. And this should be a learning lesson why you want to be locking in profits when you see them, have stop losses in place. But as far as the bigger picture is concerned, XRP is still looking mega bullish in my opinion. Let me know down below what you guys think. Love you all. See you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.